For the past week or so, at least, we've seen a very distinct difference in temperature between the northwest of the UK and the southeast. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Northwestern parts of the British Isles has been held on with a southwesterly oceanic airflow, which has kept temperatures very mild for the time of the year. While down across the south of the UK, it's been tapping and plugging cold, dry continental air. And of course, France, Spain, the Low Countries, into the heart of Europe, it has been bitterly cold, and the temperatures have been sustained well below freezing, even by daylight hours at the moment. And what we're going to see over the next 24 hours or so is, as we start to see a system coming in from the west over the Atlantic in towards the UK, that area of high pressure and the low pressure to the west is going to correspond to a south to southeasterly airflow. Now, something you wouldn't typically imagine being overly cold, but when you've got a very cold near continent and you're drawing that air off that cold near continent, you're going to feel the temperature rather raw indeed. And that's what we're going to see later today, into tomorrow, into Friday. We are going to plug that cold, dry continental air, not just solely across the southern half of the British Isles, but right across the UK. So not only are we going to drop the temperature, especially by nighttime, below freezing, widespread frost once again, but we're also going to be talking about a significant wind chill with this as well. So we're going to pick up a southeasterly wind across the board. It is going to feel distinctly cold, if not bitter, out there, with the response of that high and low approaching from the west here. So you can see here, this is of the GFS 2-meter temperature anomaly. Very, very chilly air still over the southwestern portion of the continent and held on across the southeast. Scotland during the course of this morning, very mild indeed. Didn't really need a jacket, taking the wee one to the nursery this morning. But as we go through the latter half of Wednesday and into Thursday, this is when that cold air gets drawn up into the UK and even into Scotland here. But notice here, as we do so, we're lifting the temperature here across Ireland, Northern Ireland, and the southwestern portion of the UK. So this is a brief shot of colder continental air for Scotland in particular, because we've got the approach of a front, and it's the interaction between that low and the high drawing that air in off the near continent. But look at how we're starting to warm things up across Spain and France as well. And we're going to maintain that kind of chilly theme during the day on Friday. But then as we push into the weekend, we're going to start to talk about some low pressure. So you can see here, let's skip quickly back here, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So the cold continental air is getting fed up across the UK, but only briefly, as we've got low pressure that is going to take charge of the pattern as we push into this upcoming weekend here. So you can see that here. If I reiterate this point, you can see here that we're drawing that mild air out of the picture, plugging that cold continental air. This computer's taking its sweet old time, I'm afraid, here. So you can see that we're taking that continental air up into the UK, and then look, sweeps in is the mild Atlantic air. On the backside, cold, of course. So you've got that up and down roller coaster effect with the Atlantic coming back into the weather pattern once again. So we're plugging mild air, then cooler on the backside. But notice how the continent warms up significantly so. So we're starting to remove the cold, specifically across the central and western part of Europe where it has been so cold. We're removing this chill all the while. But of course, as we look towards the month of February, if you've checked out the written and video forecast for February, you know that we could see some interesting weather to come with the stratospheric warming event taking place. Hope you have a great day Wednesday, and I'll be back again hopefully in the next couple of days. Bye for now.